Hi, this is Trevor, and welcome back to our weekly tarot card video. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2015, and I'll be getting into the cards in just a moment. My schedule right now is a bit busy. I took some time off last week as I was moving my home, so that's kind of pushed up appointments a little. I'm always honored by people's interest, and I hate to disappoint. So I encourage people, if you can give me a few days' notice, then I can try and arrange a scheduled time that's comfortable for you. And we can take it from there. It's also always fastest to try and arrange these things by phone. People want to use email sometimes to book, and invariably it always involves 3 or 4 emails going back and forth to discuss times. So I encourage you to use the number which is associated on my website at trevorsense.com. All of that information about how to book an appointment is there, and I always include that link underneath these videos. So you can find that information at that point. That's also where you'll find the listing of these videos in a table of contents order. So I encourage you to check that out. Now I'm shuffling the cards, and let's see what our card of the week is. All right. The Six of Cups. Now again, let's remember that I like to look at what all of the number cards have in common. And also I make an association to some of the positions in the Celtic cross spread, which is probably one of the most widely used of tarot spreads. So 6 energy has a lot to do with reconciling and balancing. 4 is a plateau, 5 is some disruption, some challenge, some conflict, kind of shaking things up. And 6 is where there is a sense of some restoration going on. But we get some really important clues about that in the Six of Cups. We see these 2 childlike figures in a garden. And interesting note, there is a sentry with a spear, kind of like a guard, that is in the background. And in all of the sixes, excuse me, in all of the sixes, we get that sense of guardianship. In the Kabbalah, which I'm not an authority on, but in that system, the 6th Sephiroth is also where we see an association to the knights. And there's kind of a sense of that knight energy that runs through the sixes. When we think of what a knight would do, questing and being sort of a peacekeeper or a mediator, there's an element of that mediation, of that kind of conscious sort of protective energy, and some mindfulness about where it has to step in and where it has to step back. So in the 5 of Cups, we saw some disruption and we saw some disappointment. And in the distance, in the 5 of Cups, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, there is a building in the distance. Well, this seems to be that same building. It has the same shape, the turret and the house. And we've actually kind of ventured into that place where there has been disruption, and we are working towards restoration. The 2 figures are gardening. What a perfect card for this time of year as people are getting their gardens ready. And you notice that the female figure is wearing the gardening gloves, or the mittens. And it's an unintentional thing, but she actually seems to have almost like 2 faces. If you look at the yellow as the face, it's like she's looking down bashfully. Now that's unintentional. Her actual face is looking up at the fellow. And although he's big and strong, he's deferring to her. He's kind of bowing to her and asking her where things should be put. So they're not simply just throwing that garden back into the same order. They're using that disruption as an opportunity to say, how can we build better? And that's why I think that this is a card of amends, as opposed to simply apologies. Apologies are good when we do something by accident, but an amends is where there's some mindfulness, where there's an actual sense of saying, here's what I see now that I didn't see before. In all of the sixes, you'll see that there is sort of a pattern that has been running unconsciously. But here, we have to consciously modify that pattern. We bring things back, but not exactly into the same order. Instead of just falling into ruts, we maybe head in a direction where we're understanding our instincts better. It's almost like those instincts that have been good but going to the wrong address get a chance to start moving in a better direction. So it's a beautiful card to associate with this time of year, to be looking at how we're kind of getting our gardens, whether literally or in life, into a new order, and an opportunity to be bringing through some mindful peace and some restoration. With so much that's going on in the world right now, we need that immense energy. wishing you all the very best and looking forward to seeing you again next week. And again, if you're interested in booking an appointment with me in person here in Winnipeg, you'll find all that information on my website, and that link is included below. Take care, and bye for now.